Hello everyone, Lord Dark 84 here, and welcome back to Satisfactory. In the previous episode, we went ahead and built a copper sheeting plant, just so that way we can get started on coal power this episode. And of course, before the episode begins, I just wanted to apologize for the large delay between episodes. If you didn't see my community post, something happened with my previous editing software, and my video got messed up, so here we are, trying again. And I also wanted to thank everybody for all the support. I was not expecting this channel to grow as much as it has in the past month, so I just wanted to thank you all, and I don't actually have words to better describe it, so thank you. So to start this episode, we're going to make coal power. So what I'm going to do is I'll place everything down and I'll run through it. So it'll be foundations first, then I'll go through the extractors, coal generators, and then the logistics. And afterwards, I think it's time that we discuss our next project, which might have something to do with all this, or possibly over there. Depends on what ends up happening here. So what I'll do is I'll take our, or actually, you know what, first, let's do some research, because I did do some preparing for that between episodes. You see lots of deuterium. So what we're going to do, I'm going to research stingers quickly. As you saw in one of the previous episodes, they attacked me and I was scared for my life. What does this need? More inventory slots. Rebar gun. But let's unlock the rebar gun, because that's pretty cool. Also help us out against those long-range enemies. We'll come, which I don't think we have enough for that at the moment. We do not. That's fine. So going into deuterium, I'm going to research quick wire. Perfect. And then I'm going to unlock deuterium electronics. So what I'll do quickly is just going to make 100 quick wire, which you can find right here. I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, I made a little too much there, but it's fine. So, unlock deuterium electronics. There we go. And that unlocks a whole bunch of new things. So, power poles Mark II, AI limiters, power switches, smart splitters, priority power switches, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Bullet guidance system. Oh. So I think for this episode, we'll leave it there for that. I want to get a bit more of everything just before we worry about that. Quartz. Yeah, we can do quartz as well. We have the stuff for that. Experimental power generation. So I should have a bit of quartz in our chest here. So we'll go here. And I'll unlock that. We need 200 silica. Don't think we'd have enough of that. Let's do a quick check. 69 there. Alright. What I'm going to do is quickly run over to our cable. Or no, we don't have that. Never mind. Moving on to the next thing. So, what I want to do, I've moved our awesome shop here. There's a few things I want. Of course, I forgot to put them in the cart, so I'll just run it through here. So what I want is... oh, I can't remember anymore. I think I want door walls I think it was under architecture. I wanted concrete pillars and railings, along with stairs. I believe that was it. Right, and concrete foundations, which gives us a total of 10 tickets. So what I did is, just between episodes, I took all of our alien bits and also got rid of some additional materials, such as some extra rotors and reinforced plates. I went ahead and synced them to get us more tickets. So we can do buy all. And now we have a few more things for decorating. I suppose the next thing to do is to head over to the power plant. And as you can see, it's actually right on the map there. Or the compass, sorry. I put it down just to make it easier to remember where it is. Stuck. What I'll do is I'll run over there. And we'll be back in just a moment. Alright, so as you can see here, this is where we're going to be putting our coal plant. There's actually 4 coal nodes. 2 right over there, and 2 right there. You can probably see that weirdly shaped rock there. We'll get to it in a minute. We'll just run down here. There's also a power slug right here. I grabbed it between episodes. I think it was actually meant to be shown in one of them, but I ended up cutting it out. So let's see. That this body of water here is where we'll be putting the coal plant. If you're wondering where we are on the map, it's this right here. So right here is where the 3 iron nodes are. Up here is the copper, and here approximately is the limestone. So it's up the hill a little ways, right in the center of this mini lake or pond. It's a very large pond, right, Bean? Don't you turn around on me. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'll start off by placing the foundations. And if anybody's wondering, let's just go foundations. It's pretty straightforward. I'm just going to hold control to lock it to the world grid. I'm actually going to place anything right about there. Alright, so I'll build this all up and I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, so this here is the foundation. If you're wondering, it is 12 deep by 17 wide. Depth being, if I'm looking forward, this is depth and this is width. Or I guess I could either just say 12 long by 17 wide. And as you can see, there's 2 little things there that kind of stick out. You'll see why in a minute. And in addition to that, this here is where our water extractors are going to go. If you're wondering why there's foundations, it's just to make it easier to place them. And as an example, I'll actually put one in now. So as you can see, because it has that, it's kind of just snapping to it. And I believe it's right there that I want them. Yep. I put the pole down as a marker. So I'm going to put 4 down here. There'll be 4 on this side, and then 4 on the other side, and another 4 there. Making a total of 16 water extractors. Way more than we need at the moment. So only some of them will be connected to run. But I kind of want to future-proof this plant a little bit. So what I'll do is I will display what the I just fell off my platform. I'll display the actual process of our coal power plant. So, just go here. Alright, so on screen, you should now be able to see our basic coal power. And it'll give us approximately 300 megawatts per chain. Because the way I designed this blueprint was just one chain at a time. So for every Mark 1 miner, there's 4 coal generators, each of them taking 15. We'll be using a manifold method, I should mention that. So each coal generator needs 15 coal per minute, and it also requires 45 water per minute. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to underclock 2 water extractors to 75%, which means they'll both be outputting 90 cubic meters of water, which will be merged together into 180, and then further on down the line it'll be split into 45s. So being a manifold system, it'll take a little while for this to get running, but once it's running it'll be perfectly efficient. And of course, as always, you can find these blueprints down in the description. There's a Google Drive link with all the blueprints I make, so feel free to use them. So, now let's get back to the video. Alright, so as you can see, we have the foundation, so we can cross off foundations, like so. And now what we need to do is we need to put in the water extractors, and as I showed you there, pretty straightforward. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this all across here, and I'll be back once that's done. Alright, so now that I have all of our coal generators in, I don't know why I crossed off foundations. Next is actually to place the next level of foundations, which will be our logistics floor. And that's going to be, if I remember correctly, I think it was just right above these here. But we'll put it there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be 20 meters up, or 5 4-meter foundations from the floor level here. So what I'll do is I'll build out this platform. Then we will be able to move on to the next part, which will be placing in our coal extractors. Just before I do that, let's just cross off water extractors. So yeah, I'll build this platform along with the next one on top, and that will be, or when I cut back, we'll be putting in the coal generators. So I'll be back in just a moment. Alright, something I just wanted to mention, it's not necessary, but I suggest making your logistics floors 8 meters tall, just to give yourself plenty of space to work with and it doesn't end up being too cramped. It's just a personal preference, but thought I'd share as it can be beneficial. So I was going to finish throwing in the walls here, and the next layer of foundations. And once that's done, we'll get right into placing coal generators. Alright, so this here is where we're going to be putting in our coal generators. What I'm going to do quickly is I'm just going to move this to a better location. Put it there. And under power, we have coal generator. So I'm not too sure where it was I needed to put these. I think it was there. What I know for sure is I wanted the inputs to sit right above this vent. I think it needs to go right there. Right, yeah. It's going to sit one foundation over from the end here. And these are going to sit right on top of these vents to this foundation. And what we'll do is there's actually going to be 4 of these. Like so. And then there should end up being, oh, I don't have enough rotors. But there should also be another 4 that goes right here with a 1 foundation gap that goes in between. What I'll do is I'll place those all in quickly and I'll show you guys what it looks like once it's done. Alright, so I didn't realize it at the time, but I actually put these in slightly wrong position. It's actually meant to be halfway on this foundation here and 1 full foundation back here. The reason is the way I've actually designed this. If we put 4 of them in here, we should be left with exactly 1 foundation in between. So 2, 3, 4. I didn't mean to place one there. So as you can see, we have a full foundation's width in between the 2 of these. That's how it's meant to look. And then these 2 here butted up against each other. That's just a mirror copy of that. The reason why I'm doing it in sets of 4 is because, as you saw in the diagram, it is 4 coal generators per a node, and we have 4 nodes, and I do have intentions to actually double the production of those as soon as we can, which will mean each miner will be capable of producing or powering 8 coal generators by itself. Alright, so for the moment I'm actually just going to have these 8 put in. Don't have enough rotors, unfortunately. Well, there's wait though, we'll get all these ones connected. So let's start it from the top here for the beginning. What we're gonna need is conveyor lift holes. Want them placed right in front here. Right in front of that there. And we're also gonna want the pipeline floor holes. And these, I believe they have to go back 1. Just to double check. Actually, I think these ones can go forward 1. In my testing, they weren't working, so let's see. There we go. We're gonna put them right in line with our floor holes and with this input. So it'd be kind of just like that there. So what I'll do is I'll put all these in, and then we'll go down below to the water extractor area. Alright, so down at the water extractor area, as you can see, I have 4 extractors. All of them need to be underclocked to 75%. So this is like here, 75. Basically, all we gotta do is take it from here, put it on all of these, just all of them. And what we'll do from there, it's running back here. If you remember at the beginning, I said that we have this little outward spot here. What's gonna happen is this is gonna be kind of like our main bus. Ooh. So it'll take all our resources, or all our water, at the very least, all the way up and in to our main lines. Of course, I'm not sure I didn't put those on the wrong side. Nah, it doesn't matter. So what does matter, though, is the placement of these. At the moment, we can't really do it. Unfortunately, we just don't have things unlocked. what I want to do is I want to have 4 inputs. So that'll be these 2 going into one, the other 2 on the end there going to another one. They'll all be sent straight up to our logistics floor, where they'll then be distributed amongst the coal generators. And to do that, we need to ensure that this line here, or more accurately this connection here, will be in line with those holes. Alright, so I readjusted all these so they're in the right spot. So now we get that nice 90-degree turn. It connects into here nicely. And then this one will connect into there. Actually, I want to push these around, I think. I want these ones to be the indicators, just to make sure everything's running just fine. Yeah, I'll do that for... I'll do that for all these ones. Shouldn't be too hard. Kind of just be a matter of placing them. For this one here, leave right there. Off by 1. 1. Here. Yeah, it'll be this one here-ish. Approximately. Be somewhere along here, and it would run right into that one, and be mirrored on the other side. Once I get all that in, I'll show it to you. It'll be, hopefully, all super nice. So what I want to do in here, each of these give 20 meters of uplift. Gonna turn this to horizontal to vertical. Want it to go in there? Yeah. Alright. I just went up top there and I put in the foundations with the floor holes. Alright, so now we got our pumps. Alright. What that'll do is that'll give it that extra bit of oomph it needs to get up to the next floor. What I'm going to do in order to power them is I'm going to hide the actual power in behind. Not too sure where though. We'll figure that out later. So I'm not a very good builder in this game, as I've never really gone far enough to actually justify building. Okay. Perfect. Where does that connect there? And then we'd have a few junctions that run right along. That should go there. And then that was off. I'll adjust it once I get them all figured out so that they'll be perfectly vertical like that one. Ooh, I don't even know what I did there. Alright, so it'll look like that, and actually up here we'll have another pump. There's the reason for that, because I'm not sure if we have enough space for a pump. Actually, I'm fine with that clipping because it looks right. That pump there will just ensure that all the water can actually get into these. So what I'll do is I'll put all the water lines in, and we'll be able to figure out the conveyor belts. Alright, so I finished off what was down here for the pipelines here. You can see I ran them all. But what we need to do is we need to actually connect them up here, which will be pretty simple. make sure you're set to noodle. That way you can actually have it make these turns. Here. For the moment, I'm only going to properly connect this line here, just so that it'll be up and running by the time I get this one running. As soon as we do this, we'll do the same for our coal input. So using a Mark 1 conveyor, and look at the hole, and we're going to just stick it in. So do this quickly, and we can kind of run through what needs to be done for the logistics. Alright, so that's all of those lanes connected. You can see I actually moved the splitters over, and again, fine with that clipping because this part here doesn't actually. So now what we want to do, we actually want to get this a feed. What I'll do is I'll run down to our water extraction floor here, and what I want to do, let's see, I'm not sure this would look better running along the ceiling or running right along here. Having it run kind of along just above those. What we'll do, take those pipes, get rid of that for the moment. We need Mark 2, pull it down. Go. The Mark 2 belt here. Then all it will be is it'll run all along here. Guess it'll run somewhere into main feed. So we'd have to get over here. I think what we'll do is we'll take all the coal, run it straight right into here. 2 on this side, 2 on that side. It would look like that there. It just placed 2, did I? Yes, I did. Yeah. So it'd be come in here, over there. Then 2 of them be split off and sent over this way, and the other 2 will be sent up that one over there. So we'll get that implemented. First, we now have our coal generators placed. We have the logistics done for the most part. So what I'll do is I'll just finish it all up. And once it's up and running, I will show you all the final product. But before I do that, just a quick note. Make sure your pipes are full before you turn it on, otherwise you may run into some issues with startup. What I'll do is I'll connect all this up to power and all that. Maybe do a bit of decorating and then show you all what it looks like in the end. Alright, so as you can see here, I have gone through and I set up our first row of coal generators. 2 of our nodes powering all 8 of them. Everything else is kind of just for show at the moment. However, I also did a little bit of work. It's not done. I have a temporary power solution here. We jump down here. I was experimenting with a few things of getting this all in. As you can see, I also have, ooh, I'm stuck. One of our rows of water extractors running, each of them at 75%. That's all running into here, heading up. Right, that's why. And it's going into our logistics floor, which is all working just as it is planned. What I'll probably do is between episodes, I will continue to work on this. I'll probably go through and overclock our miners over there. I haven't actually shown you, but as you can see, our manifold is working. Everything should be running pretty much at 100%. Let's just double check that. That helps. It's also not in photo mode. It's 100%. 100. Alright. So it's safe to say that all these are running exactly as they're meant to be, which is perfect. Once I come up with a bit of an idea, I'll clean up the power here. But what that means, and it's actually probably a good time, is we're pretty much completely out of biomass. So, dismantle these. For coal power, you do require biomass to kind of kickstart it. If we look at this pole here, we have a total of 600 megawatts, which is significantly more than what we currently have access to. So if I just plop that there. Right now we have a capacity of 240. So we are doubling our capacity. There we are. Of course, you can see the two miners. They're just in behind the trees. I have them merging into one line. And what I'll do, I'll figure out a way to get these in there all nicely. I haven't exactly thought that through just yet. What I'll do is between episodes, I'll continue to clean this up a bit, get everything, or at least probably overclock all our miners so that they are all running at 200%. So 2 shards each, which will mean this will be outputting 120 coal, which will mean that all of those, or 3 rows, so that one, and that one, once I connect the other coal node, which is right beside that, will all be firing, giving us a total of 1,800 megawatts. Of course, I mentioned I'd talk about it a little bit later. This rock may look a little strange, and that's because it can be exploded. However, we don't have an obelisk, and we currently don't have them unlocked. So hopefully in the next episode we will be able to unlock them. So, this guy. Yeah. So I'll meet you all back at the main base here. Alright, so back at main base here. Now that we have coal power, we can disconnect this line. And we now are officially running all of our machines, except for those ones because they've filled their storage. They're now all running on coal power. Very nice. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'll remove all these generators here. Of course, we'll also discuss the next episode's plans. And what I'm thinking is I think it's time we moved off the grass here. I think I'm going to try and come up with just a small factory that'll get us pretty much everything that we're currently making. And it won't be focused on those. project after that, or depending on how things go, it might be in the same episode or part of it will be in the same. There's a few iron nodes just over there, and I want to use them to start making reinforced plates and possibly rotors if it'll work out. I think that's the plan for next episode. So with that, we have made coal power. Again, I will continue working on it and making it a bit better in between episodes, and I'll show any progress I make in the beginning of the next one. We also discussed our next project. So I just wanted to say, if this episode ends up being a bit longer, I do apologize. Been a while, and I also apologize for the delay. However, what I'm thinking is with these bigger projects, I might, instead of doing uploads every other day like I have been for the last week or so, I might try to do at least 1 or 2 episodes a week, just to, because these projects are pretty big and I don't want them to look terrible. I want to make sure they actually end up looking nice, which involves quite a bit of time trying to work out how things should look. So what I'm thinking is I will move to a 2 videos per week, or I'll aim for that. And yeah. Anyways, so if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like down below. If you have any feedback on how I organize these videos, leave it in a comment down below. I'm always happy to see and hear your feedback. So I'll see you all in the next one.